Hello, everyone. It's an unusual one today. I'm live and it's Sunday. I don't normally do lives on the weekend, but because we missed out, we missed out, I think it was Friday. So I thought I actually owe you this. And yeah, let's do it. So today we're talking about why is your hair dry? I get this question over and over and over again. And, we're going to actually talk about it because when we talk about it, then we'll get to understand what we're actually up against. Why is our hair constantly dry? We say it's not fair. I put this in and this isn't working. And what does it feel like to have your hair moist? Do you know when your hair is moist? Do you know your hair has actually said, right, I've had enough for today and I actually don't need anything in. Yes, I am operating from a different camera. So my camera might look a bit crazy today. And also, I broadcast from StreamYard. So sometimes, unless I look on another thing, then I won't be able to see your name. So please put it there. I will be able to see it on the other one. So that's why I'm down. And we're basically going to be talking about all things to do with why your hair is dry. It's such an important thing why we talk when we talk about this, because I don't think some of you are actually getting it. And I'm telling you, do this, do that, do this. And you say, no, my hair's still dry. No, my hair's still dry. But there's not just one way of basically keeping your hair moist. There's so many different factors. And I actually need you to understand this. So then you can say, right, that's why I was putting this product in and my hair was constantly dry. That's why I was wearing this and my hair was constantly dry. I mean, out of all the races, our hair, we haven't got anybody to consult with. It's only us that actually wear it. And we are part of that population where we can, know about everybody else's hair, but they can't tell us about us because they don't understand it to that degree, but they'll know the science of it. But unless they're wearing it, they'll, it'll be like, right, okay, no, they actually can't understand it. So I'm going to wait for some of you to come on. As I said, Sundays, I don't do Sundays live, but I thought, lockdown has kind of eased up. I'm going to be getting busy. So we're not going to get no lives until next week, Thursday and maybe Friday. So we're just going to stick to 2 days a week until we can actually say, right, okay, I've got more time because a lot of things is going on. So I hope all of you are good. I hope you're all drinking your water and feeling good and feeling flush and actually looking after yourself. Because the motto for me is being healthy from the inside out when it comes to your hair. Because if you're not keeping yourself really good and healthy and understanding your body, whether you're going through menopause, whether you're a teenager and you're just going through puberty, or whether you're going through the health of your hair. As I said, my camera's in and out, so you're going to have to excuse it. It's kind of like not responding the way I want to respond, but never mind. The main thing is that you're getting information. So I hope you are all good. And yes, I'm just going to begin. Okay, we're going to go and talk about the different factors of why your hair is not keeping moist despite, the many things that you actually do. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is your clothing. I mean, in England, we're kind of like in and out of different weathers. 1 minute it's sunny, 1 minute it's not. Is what are you wearing on your head. What are you actually wearing? You know, your hat. What's inside your hat? Are you, if you're wearing a woolen hat, I say to people, either wear a satin scarf underneath or your satin bonnet or whatever you want to wear, but make sure it's bonnet, and then put your hat on. Because what wool does is actually draw out the moisture of your hair, and then you know that that contributes to taking the moisture out of your hair. So you could say, right, I've moisturized my hair, I've done it all great, and then that moisture is actually taken out. So sorry, as I said, I'm going to keep doing this because I'm not with my normal camera, so the camera's getting dark and light, dark and light. But anyway, as I said, the hat, what are you wearing? You know, whether it's a baseball cap, whether it's just a woolly hat or whatever, we have to know what is going on top of our hair. If you wear hoodies, you know, can you line it with satin, or put something satin on your hair without the cotton, the polyester? This is why I'm just saying, when you're like sleeping at night time, you've got to wear your satin scarf, whether you have locks, loose natural hair, whether you've got it in the protective style. It's got to be a satin or a silk feel. Silk is a little bit more expensive, but satin is one thing that I use right across. I've got wig slips, which you actually put under on the roof of your wig. We'll go into wigs in a minute, but we're just talking about, number one, what are you wearing on your hair externally? Okay, the other factor is the toxins from the air in your environment inside your home. So basically, like when it's cold, we have the heating inside. For those of us in cold countries, we have radiators in our home. And if you're like me, well, I think a lot of my friends are like me, that we like to have a lot of warmth. I like a lot of warmth in my car. I like a lot of warmth, you know, in my home, you know, because, you know, I just don't like feeling cold. So all these are contributing to your hair feeling or feeling dry and taking all the moist out of your hair. So you've got to either, you know, you can control, you know, the heating or whatever, which I'm not going to do because, you know, I love my heat. Or you can wear your scarf while you're in the home, or either in your car or whatever. You know, if it's just a short journey, then I guess it's fine. But all those suck all the moisture out of your hair. So some people, they'll wear, you know, like my daughter, she sometimes just wears a shower cap on it, you know, because she wants to, especially in certain environments, and then she wants to keep the moist in. So we've got to look at our environment, what is going on. Unless it's like the natural sun, the natural vitamin D from the outdoor sun or anything like that, then all these things are going to draw moisture away from our hair. So we've got to know about our environment. So it's not just about let's put things into our on our hair and our scalp. Then we must be aware of our environment wherever we are. Because like in winter, you know, you might like put certain products on your hair, and when you go out, it gets all dry and it gets all just brittle, and that's because of the environment that's actually it. You know what your hair is going through. So it's sensitive as well because it likes to be warm, and then but then it doesn't like that artificial heat that's drawing everything around. Because if you sit in that artificial heat, then your skin, and as I said, your hair is an extension of your skin. You know, it changes with, you know, the environment and everything like that. So again, you know, I want you to write down all these pointers. You know, some of them are simple and you think, well, right, yeah, that's true. It's like, you know, without me drinking water, my skin can't look flushed. It can't have, you know, all these, you know, get all these toxins out. I have to drink the water to actually get it out of my skin. And so it is, you know, with your hair, you know, the environment of it being out there, the environment of your skin, it's from the inside. So, you know, we have to be careful and wise about you know, the environment it is actually going in. Okay, right. So there's another reason, because I'm going to deal from the external, and then we're going to talk about it, the hair from the internal part. Another factor of why our hair is dry is because of the products we are using and the method. Okay, so let's talk about the products. Now, there's certain ingredients that is designed to dry out your hair after a certain while. And these are like the marketing tricks of somebody saying, right, we're going to make your hair feel great for one day, or it's going to feel good, so you have to put it in every day. The people who are marketing these, because I've had talks of them from a consumer part and not from somebody who knows about the products. They say they put the products in there so you have to use it every day, but it makes your hair feel great. So when you put it in, you're thinking, wow, this hair is getting really good. And it's really making my hair feel all nice and moist. But by the next day, even with your satin scarf, even with you, you know, making everything all good, you have to put it in again and again and again and again. And our hair is only built to really have so much product in it. And then after a certain amount of product that goes in it, then you have to wash your hair. Then you have to detox your hair to get all those products from inside. Even this tiny little strand, you have to like wash it to get it out. But these products, they make you feel, it's like good feelers, like thinking, right, but it actually hasn't got like the proper products in there. And some people, like we use, if we're saying we're using aloe vera, we're using aloe vera. We're not using synthetic aloe vera, or if it's castor oil, we're using castor oil. And a lot of them, they will go to, you know, say on their product, oh, it's natural or it's organic. So then you tend to say, right, oh my God, it's got shea butter in. I can just say, all right, I'm going to write Afro with aloe and shea and castor oil, and then I just put whatever in it, and that's what you're going to go by. You can't even see that. But yeah, I'm just going to go by the label. You're going to stick it on, and then that's it. And then you're sold by that. You're just like, wow, okay. They said it's Dr. Organics, but it's not organics. Oh, it said it's got aloe vera in. How much aloe vera has it got in? Oh, it said it's got shea butter in. How much shea butter has it got in? So that's what we've got to educate ourselves. I know it's a bit of a pain. Just want to just pick it up and just get it in my hair, but it's going to make your hair suffer in the long run. That's why I always say, go to the people that either we recommend on here, whether it's me, Big Nannies, it's Morris Roots, Monche, O Skin, you know, all the different ones that I mentioned, because I know they are passionate about their products. They know what's going in their products, and they want to see that your hair is good. Because a lot of us, we tend to shop by smell, or you know, somebody's recommended what's good for my hair, and their hair might be all nice and loose and whatever, and your hair's tight, but they're saying, yeah, use this one. This grows your hair, but you haven't checked your hair type. you haven't checked their porosity level. So then what's good for their hair is not good for yours. So that's why it's good. You know, I say to people, email me and I'll ask, I'm going to ask you everything. I'm going to send it out to you a questionnaire so I know what I'm dealing with. I don't just say, right, go and have this. You know, I do it specifically to you. That's why it's not in the massive public domain as yet, because we do it so it's bespoke to your hair, what's going on with your hair. So if we're dealing with the hair growth, then we're going to be dealing with retaining the moisture. Then we're going to be dealing with what are you eating in? What are your supplements like? Why is your hair breaking? What are you cleaning your liver? Great. I had something earlier on here today with Patrick Dells talking about the liver and the function of the liver, where it has about 6,000 functions, and that's a lot of things that happens that's going on concerning our liver. So if we're heavy drinkers, you know, how is this affecting us? Because if you're, you know, consume alcohol so much, you're going to be having it affecting your skin because your liver's not able to process, you know, all that, you know. So it's a lot of scientific things going on, but we've got to know that everything is health. You know, when everything in us is balanced, then our hair is just going to be the product of our health being great inside. So again, checking out who you're going to buy from. As I said, we have our shampoo, we have our conditioner, we have our moisture leave-in conditioner. We have a special kit just for hair loss. We have a special kit just for the hairline. We have also a stimulating spray, which the intense one now contains ginger and peppermint and tea tree and different things, but it's the balance of it. So you don't have too much of one, and it's the balance of it. That comes in like the stage 2 of people who's had the hair loss kit. So then it's all stimulants in there. So it's different thing that's actually working topically, but again, you've got to know what's going on inside, and also how passionate, and you know, that somebody's not just going to pick up something and just say, oh yeah, just have that, you know. So this is why we really want to you to understand. If you don't understand your hair, then go to a professional that does. Go to somebody who's passionate and has done research on natural hair. How is my hair acting? Why have I got color in my hair? My hair is dry. When you have color in your hair, yes, you go from a 4C, which has closed cuticle, to now a 4C, which cuticles are open. So now you're dealing with 4C with an open cuticle, which is high porosity hair, and you have to treat that hair as high porosity hair on a 4C. So you can't always use the products that I'm using on my hair, which I haven't colored. You've got to use products to the hair that's colored. So that means you're more going to more protein, because my daughter, I mean, she dyed it back. She had her hair like gingery blonde color, and I couldn't, there's not everything I could use. Me and her, we couldn't use the same, even though our hair is the same texture. We couldn't actually use the same thing. So we had to, you know, she had to have a bit more protein in there just to keep it and keep the cuticles closed. So then she won't have that rough, dry thing, what the color, when colored hair, what it comes with, because it strips the outer cuticle. We'll do the science of the hair, you know, in another program, but the hair is like made up, it's 3 stages, where you have the base of it, and that's the middle, and then you have right in the center, and that's where all the nutrients grow, and then you have the cuticle, which is the outer one that actually lets the products in there. It's kind of the door to the hair, and then, you know, you put the products in there. So what you've got to understand is, how are you treating your hair according to your hair type and according to your hair porosity. So don't look at somebody who's got big, nice, wrinkly hair to somebody who's got lovely coily hair and think they can have the same products, or somebody with coily hair and you might be the same family, but one has got open cuticles and somebody's got closed cuticles. So then you have to know the product, what you've got to use for each type and porosity level. Yes, it's a bit complicated and you're thinking, oh, it's just all, just give me a product. No, I can't give you a product, because if I just do that, then we're looking at the adverse effect of it, and it's just not going to be great for your hair. You're not going to get the result that you actually want for it. I mean, during lockdown, it's been so hard for me, because the people who I would normally work with, it's kind of trying to get to all of you and answer your questions and all that. So we're going to be having like a much wider team, so then we can actually deal with you. And these are specialists who know about, the natural hair. But, when I say to you, send a video, send your history, answer these questions, what's going on with your diet, then I can contact my nutritionist, or I can contact my trichologist, and we get the best package for you. It's so important. So then, you can enjoy your hair, and you don't have to go through your lifetime thinking, oh, I'm going through my menopause, so that means my hair is going to break. No, it doesn't. There's things that's naturally going to happen, like your period stopping, or your periods being irregular, not having a baby. There's different things. On rare occasions, people still have baby even after the menopause. But there's certain things that don't have to happen, like the excess sweating. Again, that's to do with our kidney and our liver. I mean, I just recently found all this out, by consulting 3 different people who know about this, and they said, yes, this is what we regulate with our sweating. So, we're going to have another series, because I'm actually trying to get this Patrick Delves on. Pray for me so he actually comes out, so he can explain it in full of what's going on with your hair. So another thing is that blow drying your hair, if you can avoid it as much as possible, as much as possible, don't blow dry your hair. If you find that, no, I absolutely have to, because of this, because of that, which I don't see in any instance why you can't, because I say give yourself time to actually make your hair dry. Put enough ingredients in it. Put enough, like we do with our moisture. We have like the shea butter and the oils and everything in there. So when your hair is drying, then it's not drying with the water on its own. It's drying with the moisture that we've added into it, and we have the leave-in conditioner with the oils and everything like that. So when you're drying your hair, put enough. Sometimes I overload it. So because my hair will only take so much, and then once it's said, right, I'm full to the brim. It's like when you're eating, you only can eat so much, because there's only so much your stomach can hold, and that's how it is with the hair. Like, do not use it. Like, stay away from that blow dry. I promise you. There's so many women that I've just stopped. I'm like, if I'm going to help you grow your hair, then you have to there's certain things you have to get rid of, and that's the hair dryer. Only use it. It was absolutely just like, not even before you like, give yourself time. If you're saying, right, I need my hairdresser to go and cane roll my hair, and she can't work with or putting enough oils in there, do it yourself. Prep your hair before you actually go to the hairdresser and say, right, I am just here just to do that. And then they will see, right, okay, it's all moist, it's all washed, it's all done. So then you can get in tune with your hair, and then just know, right, okay, the external things, as I said, I talked about the humidity, and things are not helping me. So the hairdryer is a direct humidity. Yes, you can put it on cold air, but still, it's still doing something to the hair. So I can't even tell last when I've used a blow dryer on my hair. Um, but if you can say, right, twice a year I'm going to do this, then do it twice a year. But the hair dryer, that's all a factor in why your hair is dry. And what you're doing when you're drying the hair, you're altering how the hair is. You're altering like the curl pattern of it, and you're closing down the cuticle. So the dryer will go directly onto the hair, and you're thinking, right, I'm going to use a fork and I'm going to, really just blow dry it out. You're closing the cuticle. So by the time you're saying, right, okay, I'm going to put oil or moisture cream on there, you can't, because then those cuticles have to be open. There's nothing you can do once that hair has been closed down, because you have to wet it again, and or you have to do something that is water-based and thin enough to say, right, I'm going to open this door, because that cuticle's got to be open, or you're just going to be dressing the hair. And that's by saying, right, I'm just going to put something on the hair. It's not actually affecting the hair. It's not getting no moisture or anything like that, but it's just lying on top of the hair. So you're just dressing it just to make it look good, but you are not feeding that hair. And the most important thing that we've got to do is feed it with the right moistures for it to flourish. Excuse me. So yeah, that's another one of the factors. So those of you with young children, and I know it's a pain, you're thinking, oh, Ron, I just want to do it. Girl, you was born with afro hair. You was born with this kinky, curly hair. And unfortunately, it's not a wash and go. Angela Ma, oh my goodness, this lady makes me laugh. And she always said, this is not a wash and go on. It's a wash, it's a condition, it's a comb out, it's a finger deep tink tangler. Like there's so many factors to it. And we were blessed. We're blessed with the melanin in our skin, and we're blessed with this hair. So guess what? With beauty of our hair, we have to really take care of it. And these are one of the factors. This is why we've got a whole page on afro hair and all this. There's a reason why the European and Caucasian, they just go to the advert and say, oh yeah, that's good for my straight hair. They don't need all these factors. It's just like, wash your hair every day or don't wash it every day. There's different things to us. So we have to accept, right, this is it. And we can't get away from it. We can't get away with it. When you're born with it, that's how it is. And we have to be like grateful for things like that. So yes, blow dryer, put it away. Put it away. If you need to stretch your hair, then there's things that you can do, because I know shrinking of the hair is a liar. Like the devil is a liar when it comes to the shrinking of your hair. But there are things that you can do when you want to not have your hair shrinking. So if your hair is like coming down, but then by the time you've washed it and it comes up here, you can use this bands you can use. There's clips you can use in the hair. I'm going away from the camera. There's clips you can use on the hair if you want it, so you can stretch down. Or as I said, just put those bands all the way down, and then you will have, while it's drying, then it will dry like that. So then you will get the full effect of having stretch hair and the length of your hair. Again, it's all to do with what style you want, but there's ways of stretching that hair so you can enjoy your long hair or your thick, beautiful hair. So yeah, so that's one thing you've got to just get away from is the blow dryer. It's so important. Okay, so some of you, and some of you still waiting um, because the post is absolutely horrendous. I've got people who have got their post 3 weeks after I've posted it, and it's just getting a bit ridiculous now. Hopefully, it's going to get better with the post. So sometimes I'm just scared that I've posted something and they're going to wait, but please be patient with me. It will get better. Is I don't know. Some of you have got it, and that's my satin pillowcase. Girls, the satin pillowcase, if you don't want to wear a scarf on your hair and you've got this cotton pillowcase, the cotton pillowcase, it's not in my life anymore. I've divorced the cotton pillowcase. And the cotton pillowcase only stays on my bed in the day. And then the way how our satin pillowcases are designed is that you just slip it on top of your pillowcase. It's not like, doesn't look like your normal one. Like you just pop it on to it and it stays there all night. And then you just take it off in the morning, fold it up, put it under your normal pillowcase. So you have the bedding and everything the same. But this is so good because it doesn't make none of the dust or anything that cotton, sorry, I've just come off another live with Sherry Dixon, so I've been talking. Sorry, excuse me. That cotton can actually do to your hair, because cotton actually draws the moisture out of your hair. It's just the fiber of it. And also, I'm not saying that anybody has got any dust mites or anything like that, because they just come from anywhere. When you have satin, it's a solid material, and it's very hard for anything to actually go in it, because cotton, you wear cotton, or linen or whatever in summer because it's breathable and things can go, the breeze can go in and out. But satin, it's kind of a solid material, and it's not rough or anything like that. So it's good for your face and your skin, and it's good for your hair as well. And it keeps the moisture in your hair. So if you just said, well, I just don't fancy wearing no satin scarf today. You might be with your partner and you're like, I'm just gonna have my hair out or whatever. And you just get that satin thing on to your pillowcase. I mean, you can buy two so you and him can have one or whatever, and you just have it out, or you just don't fancy nothing on your head for the night, So my satin pillowcases are amazing. So my daughters, they've kidnapped a few, for themselves, but having satin on your pillowcase, and we've got the envelope scarves. So the envelope scarves are something, it's easy, because when you get a big square scarf, you've got to spend time folding it over and then making sure it's even. This satin scarf that we have, it's all done for you. So it just comes as an envelope and it's all done there for you. So you can do all different styles, or you just have it on, at night time, and then you can just double tie it to the front. So what's going on your hair at nighttime, especially at nighttime while you're sleeping, you're not conscious about what's going on, is so important. So you might want to just have the satin scarf and the pillowcase together, and then you say, right, okay, I'm just going to have it just in case my scarf falls off, or for your face. I found it so brilliant because the moist, or the natural moist, is keeping in my face, and I'm feeling good about my face. Not only am I drinking the water, but there's nothing externally that's disturbing my face and my hair, so that everything, all the moist and the pH of everything, is just staying within me. So yes, So if you want to purchase the satin pillowcase, which will change your life, then this will be good. Okay, somebody said, what about wearing a netted cap while you're sleeping? No, 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 100% no. No cotton, no polyester, no net. The net, as another thing, it's got the net, it draws away. This is why I don't even want you to wear it under your wig, because it draws away the moisture. And when it draws away the moisture, guess what? You got to keep on moisturizing your hair every day. That has said, right, the net and the cotton has said, you know what? I need feeding. I need to absorb all this. That's why they have cotton wool, because they know the cotton wool will absorb the moisture. So if you think about the science of it, the bandanas, the cotton bandanas that we have, it's cotton is made to absorb thing. They don't say let's have satin wool, because they know you do it, it will just drip off. It will just drip off, and it just won't be good for our hair. So we've got to be careful and know that, as I say, my motto is make satin your hair's religion. Make it your religion. So if people think, oh, you're just being extra, you're just being all posh, yes, we're posh because our hair's posh and our hair needs special case. So if we was in the hospital of hair, we'll be put in the special care ward, because we need special care. It's not just, oh, wash, don't do anything, fling your hair, do what, try doing a routine, what the people with straight hair has, and then come back to me the next week. You'll be like, it's matted, it's this, it's that. So we just can't. We can't. We've got to get accustomed to knowing how to keep the moisture in. And as I said, some of these people, I mean, the young people are actually great, because my daughters, they're religious about their headscarf and whatever. But since I've come out with the satin pillowcase, I've got one daughter who suffers from dry skin, and she just said, Mum, it's excellent. So when I put my cream on my face at night, then it's still there. It's still there. And it hasn't gone, absorbing into the cotton. So just remember, cotton wool, cotton pillowcase, cotton wool, cotton pillowcase. It's drawing the moisture away. So again, that's why your hair is dry. We're going to go back to that question, which I get all the time. My hair is breaking. Another question is, my hair is breaking. My hair has been the same length for years. My hair, it doesn't grow. Your hair grows. Do that. You're breathing. While you're breathing, everything is growing. Everything's regenerating. Your skin is changing. The different things that your blood is going round, your heart, everything is working. While you're breathing, your hair is growing. The problem is we are not retaining the length on our hair. Our hair is supposed to grow 4 to 6 inches per year. No different to your Caucasian friend, no different to somebody who's got dead straight hair, no different to anybody who's got wave hair. Their hair will grow down because of the straightness. But the only reason we are not keeping the length is because the amount of time it grows, it's at that same rate your hair is breaking. So if your hair just keeps breaking, then you've got to look at, right, okay, what am I doing to preserve this hair that is the result of coming out of my scalp? How am I keeping it moist? How am I keeping the ends good? Because why I say don't concentrate on your scalp unless you're suffering with psoriasis, eczema, or anything like that. That's a different challenge where that can be fixed, because as I said, it's clearing out the toxins out of your body while you have the psoriasis and the eczema. that's something else, you know, for another program what we'll deal with. But we've got to think about the length retention and how we are moisturizing. What is our method in how we're are we just saying, right, I've just got one bottle of moisture. What is that moisture made of? You know, is there amount of creams or whatever? How thick is it? What have you done before? So what you've got to do, they have this thing called the lock method. You know, I just call it the moisture method or lock method, which is liquid, oil, and cream. So in Afro Hair Growth Challenge, we have 2 steps. 3 if you want it, because we have one where we have the leave-in conditioner, which is water-based, and it's water-based, and also you can sorry, I just thinking of something else. It's water-based, and it's got the conditioners, and it's got the oils in there as well. My daughters absolutely love it. You know, when I bring them their products, you know, my cheeky elder one, she's like, so where's my leave-in conditioner? You know, so they actually love it in their hair. I mean, you know, one of my daughters, her hair, she had it in braids, and her hair's come right down, and that's by using the method what I told her to use, and also, you know, she was resting it over a period of time. So yes, so basically you need to open the door, right? When you have your strand of hair, as I said, the key is to open the door of your hair. So this is your hair. The door's there. There is a door. Nobody can come through your front door unless you open that door and you say, come in, right? And that they're coming into the root of your home, so they're stepping in. So to open that door, the only way, right, and this is for people with low porosity hair. I'll talk about the people with high porosity hair. The only way product can go into your hair, the only way that product can go into the house of your hair is by water, right? Whether you're saying, oh, no, I can't have water-based because, you know, it's too drying and whatever. No, water, right? And again, we'll go by what type of water is the key to opening that door, right? So, you know, you don't have to have, you know, yes, you can have physical spray water, but if you have like water-based products, right? And the reason why I like the leave-in conditioner is because we all can go in, we all can dance in. So while the water's going in, then the conditioner and the oils are dancing into it. They're like, yes, you know, so the water's going, right? So you could say, right, I've you know, I've damped my hair. Then you're gonna say, right, okay, I'm gonna leave it for an hour. Then guess what? That door's closed and it's gone dry because you haven't put nothing in to actually lubricate the hair. So as you open that door, you need to lubricate it with the oils that go in. And then after the oils have gone in, because if you just put oil in your hair, then it's going to come out, it's going to spill out through the cuticles and the door of it, because it's saying, right, okay, you're in, but you know what, there's a little bit of holes here, you're still going to kind of spill out. And then you'll find like there's beads, and you'll find your hair just to the touch is too greasy. And that's because the oils are spilling out. So you need something to close it. You need something, those cuticles, they need to close. And I say, you'll know your hair is moisturized. You know the cuticles is closed, but when your hair feels nice and smooth, not rough, it just needs to feel nice and smooth. And the one way to keep those oils in is like fatty butters, like shea butter, like mango butter, and things like that. So again, with our moisturizers, we incorporate that all in. So by the time you've used the 2, you know, you kind of don't want to, you don't need really to actually put it in, because that's all incorporated with the oils and the butter. So with the oils and the butter, it's danced its way. And the one that's not gone in, like the shade that's not gone in, it's actually sealed it up. So then I can feel the smoothness of my hair when it's there, and you just know there's not that roughness you're feeling when you're actually going in there. I should answer your questions. Verona, I just purchased satin pillowcases from Amazon. Thanks for your advice. Great, that's good. But we have them now. We have them pillowcases now, and ours is not just as I said, ours is not just a pillowcase. Ours is something you actually, it's got a design where you actually pop them on, you know, so you can have your bedding as you want. You can have your cushions, but this is personal for you. Where it's got things at the back of it, which actually just slips right on. Even if you're tired, you don't have to go through or just putting it on. But we have the satin pillowcases soon, and by next week, Friday, our website will be up and you can purchase them from there, or you can purchase them before. So yes, I was just talking about the moisture of your hair. So important how you do it. Never just put oil on your hair. The entry of it is water. As I said, our leave-in conditioners are made to go in, and you will feel the smoothness, the softness. We have different things like castor oil and olive oil. Also, you know, there's other companies as well, like Monche and Big Nanny's and Morris Roots. They all have all this, and they work with shea butters, which are great for the hair. I mean, people with porosity hair, where the cuticles are open all the time. One, you will need protein on your hair, because your hair is susceptible to breakage because your cuticles are open. So the strength of the hair is not protected by the cuticles, which close it. So basically, our house is not protected if our doors are open. If we say, right, it's open the back door and the front door, the house is not protected. So the house of our hair is in the middle. So just understand, even though, yeah, it's a thin strand, you're thinking, how could this be 3 layers? There is 3 layers. If the one layer goes, then the hair acts a different way. When we wash our hair, okay, like my hair is just like that, and then if I wash it, then my curls will flop. And that's because the cuticles are open, and then my hair is now relaxed, and then, you know, it's kind of flopped down. But once the cuticles are closed, and the hair will stand to attention and saying, right, okay, this is the strength, this is, I am protecting it, I've closed the door, and then that's when your hair kind of like takes on a different stance. So we'll basically only ever know if you know the character of our hair. Once we wet it, then we say, right, it will just all go down in our ringlets. But once it's dry, then it just goes up, and then it starts to just stand and squeeze together, because it's saying, right, okay, we're gonna close the doors, and then it shrinks into the hair. So that's how you know about the moist of your hair. Okay, so yeah, that's the basic thing about the moisture. So one, we talked about the environment, what your hair's in. For those of you who love heat, again, I'll tell you again, if you've got your radiator on, and then you go from the radiator to going in your car, full blast heat like me, make sure you are covering your hair so your hair is not affected by the environmental change. Fine when you're out in the sun, because the vitamin D and everything is all melting, so it's all good. But I'm not going to compromise my heat. So then I have to make sure, right, if I'm going to be in this heat, then my hair's got to be protected. So wear your satin scarf, or wear your bonnet, or whatever in your home. People might say, oh, why have you got, you know, this on? But you have to protect protected, so you don't have to keep moisturizing it all the time. And if your hair is constantly dry, guess what? It's going to break. It's going to break. So you've got to say, right, if you have to keep on moisturizing your hair more than every 3 days, then you're doing something wrong. Something is going wrong. And you're supposed to see the curl. Like, I've seen so many people, and they're just like, right, okay, yeah, this is it. This is my hair. And I ain't seen a curl. I need to see a curl. I mean, Afro hair, yes, we have Afro hair, but you know, you need to see that everybody has got a ringlet in their hair. You know, when you wash your hair and you know, you put in your conditioner, you can see your curls. So when your hair is moisturized and it's properly moisturized, you're supposed to see that curl, because the hair is saying, what? I got some oils and I got some creams. So guess what? I'm gonna keep flowing, because because your hair was hydrated on there. Because it's hydrated, then you know it's going to keep the curl satisfied. When you wet your hair, the reason why it's like that is because it's receiving the moisture. Obviously, it hasn't got the creams and everything to actually keep it like that, but the water is setting the tone. So the water is basically saying, right, spray. I'm going to set the tone of the curl. And to keep the tone of the curl and the shape of the curl, the only way we're going to keep it is by using a fatty lubricant in there to say, right, water, okay, right, you've set the tone of it. And oil, I'm not going to dry out. So guess what? When you've gone, I'm still going to be here. And that's oil communicating to your hair. And then the oil said, well, I can keep it for a bit, but I need something thicker to keep me here. So that's when we get this thing like, you know, the shea butter or things like that. That's why we have it within our product. Then you say, right, okay, you stay there, oil. My camera's playing up a bit, so you have to excuse going in and out. You say that oil, shea butter, I'm going to do the job. And you know what? That door, when you have the door and they board up the door, that's what your shea butter is acting like, saying, right, I'm going to keep the everything, the oils, we're going to keep it in. And then shea butter, don't worry, we're going to keep you safe because that oil's there. Then once that water is dried up, the oil is there swinging and saying, yep, I'm in. And water, thanks for letting me in, but you're going to disappear, but I'm going to be here. And the shea and the oil, that's why it's important to have the right cream there. Afro Hair Growth Challenge cream, I'll tell you about it all day long. Verona Green, she's got it, and she absolutely loves it. So, you know, you've got to understand. You don't have to have dry hair. You do not have to dry hair, but you've got to know, 1, how to put it in. 2, your environment. 3, what are you sleeping on? You know, what are you sleeping on? Yes, we like to have the, you know, the African print and whatever. What is under that? What is under that? Right? So, you know, if you're not putting a satin scarf or something satin under that nice, beautiful African cotton print, then guess what? You're drying out your hair and you're causing your hair to be dry. It doesn't have to be like that, you know, so you can preserve, you know, all those things. So I need you to challenge yourself into keeping your hair moist. I need you to challenge to the curl that you see when you shampoo, that needs to be kept throughout the day, not like it starts this way and it doesn't, and at the end of the day, oh no, it's not moist any day. And you know, I know when I moisturize my hair, you know, that's why I can afford to wear my hair out, because I know I'm keeping the moisture in my hair, because I'm moisturizing it properly and I'm using the scientific way of doing it. And that's the only way it works. It's not like, oh, well, no, that's the only way it works. And that's the only way you're going to keep the moisture in. But as well as that, you've got to do everything else among it, amongst like keeping your hair from drying out, protecting it, protecting the ends. Like basically, if you're plaiting your hair, tuck the ends in, tuck it in, so then that hasn't got to really fend for itself. Just tuck it in into, you know, like, you know, you're plaiting it or whatever for the next day or whatever. Just keep those ends in so the moisture will keep in it, and that's really important. If we're twisting it and we're twisting it at night, just put it, hold it up, and then protect those ends, because the middle's there, but the ends are like, oh, so I'm swinging on my own. I need to be protected. So that's what we've got to do. Great, Verona Green. Oh, great. So you love our Afro Hair Growth Challenge moisturizer. I'm not even just saying it for myself. I mean, all my daughter's friends, they're like, Jenna, if you go to your mom's, do not come back without our moisture. Like, this is how we do it. And it's because scientifically, we knew all the ingredients that actually went into that moisturizer to say, yes, all the lipids, all the fats, all the everything that's going in it. You know, I know the people who help make it, they know exactly what's going in it. Yes, so yes, so those are the different things that externally what we can do to our hair to make it. So 1, environment. 2, you better purchase my pillowcase, and you better purchase my satin scarf. I'm bullying you. You know what? Because I'm passionate about your hair and how you're looking after it externally. Okay, let's go inside. What are you eating? What supplements are you taking? Are you drinking your water? I don't know. I hope you all can see me because the camera is playing up. You know, I'm not at home, so I'm not really getting exactly what I want from the camera. But anyway, I'll go in. What are you eating, first of all? What is in your nutritionist food every day? Because, you know, a lot of these things, and I said, I'm preaching to myself, but through KG Holistics, she's changing my life. Like, you know, she's like, right, Ronnie, you need to eat this because of this, because of that, because of this. And realizing I put something, I don't know if anybody caught it. I'll probably see if I can share it later on about our liver. What's going on in our liver and our kidneys can affect our hair, because what I learned is that the liver has 6,000 functions, what all the body is connected to. So basically, if we're eating and our processing, how we process what kind of food we're eating with this kind of food, and our liver isn't kind of like absorbing it properly, then all this can be effective. If we're drinking alcohol excessively, then the liver kind of draws this out, and then, you know, you could get liver disease. Like, it's got so many different things that we need to consider, right? As I said, meal planning, going to vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C. Google what other food is good for me as a whole in nutrition, and what's good for my hair. What foods are you eating? Things with, write down this word, lycopene, Lycopene, lycopene foods, which help with people who are hair breaking. Tomatoes, water lemon, grapefruits, you know, all the yellowy red kind of fruits and foods are really good for you. Bell peppers are good. The green, the red, the orange, all those foods are really good for your they're good for your for your hair growth and stopping hair growth. So we've got to balance it out. Your omega fish oils, those are all good for you. You know, we got to, you know what? We've got to stop. We've got to stop saying, yum, yum, yum. I like this, I like that. I'm not saying that, yes, we can spoil ourselves every now and again, but I've had to, oh yeah, and it's through over this lockdown, I'm like, I'm rushing around, and you know what? I don't feel good. I don't feel good that I'm just doing people's hair, or I'm just doing, and I'm looking at them, you know, they're keeping their hair, because I work with a lot of celebrities, but their job just to look good, you know, because they're in the public eye all the time, that they're constantly being healthy, and you know but and then I'm just doing their hair to make them look good. And I'm thinking to myself, well, no, I need to look after myself. One, because I actually do, for my nutrition, for my hair and everything. And two, I need to know if a virus comes, I'm ready. My immune system's set up, I'm ready. Like, come, I'm ready, but you ain't taking me out. And the main thing, what the government, yes, is telling us, social distancing, yeah, whatever. But if your immune system is not good, then you're going to be in the category where I'm vulnerable, I can't come out, right? Because your immune system, it cannot handle it. But we really need to, and I'm not just saying, right, okay, yeah, because we all want nice hair. But overall, if your immune system is not great, then you're susceptible to things like alopecia, hair fall, hair loss, excessive shredding. You know, it's all susceptible to all of that. So your immune system, you know, I can't tell you everything because I'm not a doctor, you know, and I just go with what I know for sure that works and what's worked within me. When I'm telling you, drink your water, it's not just to say, because your water can't bring oils into your hair, but your water can keep you hydrated, and it can keep everything going. It can keep all the functions going. So if you're dehydrated and your blood saying, right, okay, so I need to just keep your heart and your lungs and I just need to, that's it. I don't need to keep your hair there. I don't need to keep your nails there. I don't need even your skin to look great. I just need for your heart to be pumping, and I need certain things. But then when we drink the water, because obviously our blood, it's all water, it's all, you know, how much percentage is water, then we keep these things going. When we're eating like the water fruits, like the watermelon, and you know the cucumber and things like, all those contain water, but they have nutritions in them. And when they've got the nutritions in them, then they're saying, yum, yum, let me feed this, let me go where I need to go here, all that kind of things. And then we say, right, okay, let's step away from the starchy food. Or if I do fancy it, let me eat the starchy food on its own. Because listening to Patrick Dells, and I'm going to keep going on about it because this man knows about the body and how it works, by saying, right, don't eat your protein and starches together because they process different, and if they don't come out this way, then they're going to come out a different way and everything like that. So it's about us educating ourselves. You know, what we didn't have earlier on was the gift of the World Wide Web. We can Google, we can find out, we can say, right, there's all these herbs, what are they for? You know, we were saying that people who's got a liver, milk thistle, what else was he saying? Turmeric, you know, all those things are good, like to cleanse the liver if it's kind of gone bad or whatever. Do your research, follow Patrick Delves, get to KG Holistics and get your CMOS from her, which has 92 nutrients. Like, you can have it on your porridge, you can mix it with fruit, or you can mix it with whatever you need to mix it with. Look after yourself, because I can't tell you enough. I've seen people, they died because they had, I don't know, diabetes, or they had blood pressure, or they had this disease and that disease. And we're not really, we're just going to the doctor and say, oh, doctor's got that. His job is just to say, right, let's manage what you got. He's not saying, right, do the turmeric, do this, do that. That's not his job. That's not his job. Your job is to not just stay alive, but to keep alive, to keep saying, right, okay, I need to get this, I've got low blood counts. I had low blood when I was really, young, going into, my teens. And the doctor says, your blood count is low, because my mom was like, she was giving me the food, but then I just didn't want it. I just didn't want it. And then I secretly used to say, I had 5 greedy brothers that used to like, so you don't want your food? Before they said to me, come on, sis, you better just have it, you can't do this. They just said, just give it a damn food, man. I just want it. So they used to be like vultures, because they're quite big, my brothers. And yeah, but over the years, then it just went down. I suffered with epileptic. Every other day, I used to be epileptic. So I had to take a hold of my health. Like, it's just not a choice for me. Yes, I've got some weight on, and it's just gotta go. But I don't want to go into that category. I don't want nobody to go into the category where it's like, right, okay, you're compromising or you're babysitting the conditions you've got. And I don't care if it's MS, I don't care what it is, and where there's a problem, there's a solution. Patrick delves, and I won't tell you again. Yes, every Sunday I'm going to share some of these things that you educate, because you're so generous to tell us what's going on and the biological reason why some things are happening and the anatomy of the body. Before we concentrate on our hair, we've got to say, right, okay, let's look after ourselves, and then we won't suffer with too much dry scalp, because we've taken the reason of why we're having the dry scalp, why we're having the dry overall skin. Why is this happening? Why people in the Caribbean don't have, lots of things called eczema or anything like that? Yes, because they have the vitamin D, but they've got the foods that they're eating, and it's all that kind of thing. I was talking with Maurice Roots, and he was saying, yes, he thinks that he's eating, and then he does fasting. I love fasting. Sometimes at the beginning of the year, we do a 21-day fast, or you can just say, right, I'm going to do a day fast where I'm just going to have liquids. I'm going to give my whole system a rest. Like, it's just gonna, it's not like, all right, yeah, if you don't eat, we lose weight. No, it's so your system can have a rest, but it's what you're putting into it. Some people do it dry, and they say, right, okay, after 7 to probably 9 or 10 the next day, nothing will enter my lips at all. Or they take it a little bit further, and then they just have liquids that go through them. It's okay to do that, but again, it's just understanding your body and not allowing or people to dictate to you, I've got fibroids. Why have you got fibroids? What are we going to do? I've had fibroids, and I didn't have I didn't go to the hospital or anything like that. They just went, but mine was like a spiritual went. I don't know. And then I had my son. But I say all that to say, take control of your health. I don't want you to be on here and thinking, well, yeah, I've got a bit of diabetes. No, you've got a bit of diabetes, but let's look at, go to nutritionists or whatever. How can I either slow that down? How can I get rid of that? What can I do? What's going to, find out? And, I know I'm talking about hair, but I just feel led to say that I know that there's so many people that are suffering with menopause. There's so many people suffering with so many things here. And we're just saying, right, we're going to live with that for the rest of our life. Oh, it's just like that. No, it's not just like that. It's the way I've seen it, and the way I've seen people heal from things like that. we have got to educate. You know, you don't have to say, right, I've got to be a doctor to be doing that. It's just basic things. You know, if I had diabetes now, I would need to know, right, I've got it. How does my body work with this diabetes? How can what is the natural thing that I can do to get rid of this diabetes? This Patrick Delves, he talks about even back pain, how you get rid of it because there's something scrunched up in their colon there or whatever. And then he said when he's treated his people, then they're starting to walk okay again. So, you know, as I said, our doctor, they're they're trained to mask the pain. The nutritionists are trained to get rid of the pain. So Patrick Delves and KG Holistics, who's based here, she does mainly the CMOS and different little things. But Patrick Delves, he's the one to actually listen to and really to get your education. He tells you about the different books. So you can just, you know, some of us are still in lockdown. Just understand that because without our health, we don't have wealth. At home, nothing else matters if you haven't got your health. Because when you haven't got that, you either live with the pain, you think, you know, well, I'm just gonna live with it. That's a choice. In my house, like if they have a paracetamol, they need to leave it in their bag. They need to understand we don't do that. If you got a headache, you better work with water or whatever. What is the most natural thing that we can do so we can actually, you know, kind of get rid? Like, don't, you know, believe in the power of even prayer. You know, I pray a lot. You know, some people might, some people don't, but you know what? It works for me, and I know there's healing in that as well. Okay. Yes. Okay, somebody said, agree 100%. Healthy mind, immune system creates a healthy hair and body. She drinks lots of water, warm water with lemon and a pinch of turmeric. Completely. Turmeric is so good. It's great for the liver. It detoxifies. It just grabs everything and says, get out. Let's kick the turmeric, kick it out. You know, we've got to think about practically what these things are actually doing. You know, we've really got to get to the base of it. And yes, I can talk about, do this, put this in your hair. The hair is a result of what's going on inside. And if inside you're thinking, oh, my hair's shredding, all of us, no, it's not all of a sudden. You haven't paid attention to something. And guess what? You always get a warning. If something's in your stomach, you get a warning to say, something's coming. It doesn't just happen all of a sudden. You don't get a stroke all of a sudden. There's always little signs of things going on. And it's for us to say, right, okay, so I had the stroke, but this happened, you know, the other day, but I didn't pay attention what's going on. Like every nickel, if people say, oh, you just have hypochondriac, no, pay attention to what's going on and thinking, right, you know, get yourself a good nutritionist, you know, whether it's based here or if you have to contact Patrick, you know, whatever, you know, to say, right, this is going on and explain because he understands all the body, you know, so we've got to know. Okay, so during the lockdown, I went on to a 2-week raw food detox and cleansing. Great after effect. I've heard it's so great. You know, I'm a little bit about, you know, I do have my salads and things like that, but I haven't gone, the reason why I haven't gone on a full raw diet is because I want full organic raw diet because of all the pesticides and everything that's going on. Yes, I heard it's great. I heard that celery juice is everything because it cleans out the gut and you know, getting the mucus out of our system because that's the devil to everything. Because while your blood and everything wants to flow, then you've got this slimy mucus thing in between, and it's disturbing, it's blocking things, and it's not allowing things to work as much as possible. So that's why they say like turmeric tea, this thing, what was the other about? Some dandelion the tea and things like that are good for your system. So it's keeping your system jigging. It's like, you know what, turmeric? They're like, mucus, get, like, what are you doing here? He's kind of having a conversation and saying, we are going to destroy you. And see, when you see those superhero movies and, you know, the bigger man comes in and said, what, like, what? And they start with all their things going on. It's like, that is what the turmeric is doing. And every food has its own department of what it needs to do. And the most powerful thing, like the turmeric and things like that, the lemon, it's going in and it is destroying fats, it's destroying mucus, and it's getting that thing out of it. So it's kind of like doing a regime with your food, a regime with your hair, a regime with things externally. Get my pillowcase, get my satin scarf. You'll be saying, Verona, thank you, thanks for that. You know, I'm not going to be, I want to do what's good for my hair. If you need a program, you're saying, right, okay, I don't know what to do. My hair's breaking. Like, people just send me pictures, but it's not just a matter of you sending me pictures. It's like, what's going on inside? Why have you got the hair loss? Hair loss just doesn't come just like that. What are you using? What products are you using? You want to grow your hair, but you're doing this. You want to go through this, but you're keep combing it from the roots going off. You know, you're not taking time with your hair. There's many different factors. I've given you so much here just to gosh, we've really I've gone over time, but I've given you many different factors about why your hair's dry, and what you should do to combat that, what you should do to eliminate it forever. Like, you don't have to live with that. If your hair's getting dry, you know automatically what to do. You use my leave-in conditioner, you use my moisturizer, because it's got it in. But, you know, as I said, there's many different companies that does all these moisturizers. As I said, water base is going to let oil in your hair. Don't let anybody fool you and thinking, oh yeah, just use a castor oil. That castor oil will not do nothing on its own. You know, you can't use just one product in your hair. It just won't work. It will not work. There's not enough. You can't use just the leave-in conditioner because it will eventually dry out, because there's not enough oils in there to say, right, okay, I'm going to keep you moist. You must have to use it. So for those of you saying, no, it's expensive, you know, no, it's not expensive. It's the right products. And guess what? We know what we're using in our products. We're not using all this synthetic thing or whatever that's going to damage your hair and your health. Then it's not being used like that. And the thing about it, with our team here at Afro Hair Growth Challenge, we work with you. If you've got a product and you don't know how to use that product, or that product is just not working for you, guess what? We replace it and we'll say, right, okay, do this one. We'll send you a sample of that, see how you get on with that, and then we'll send you the full size of it. And you know, we'll just swap it out. We're here to take care of your hair. If you need a nutritionist, I can put you onto one. If you need a trichologist, I can put you onto one. We have a great woman here, Joyce and John. You know, if your hair has gone so far and you're saying, right, Verona, how can you help? And I'm helping you. And after, say, 4 to 6 months, and we're not seeing results, and you're doing everything you can, then we recommend you say, right, go to the trichologist. Yes, they are pricey, but they will get to the root and, you know, exactly what's going on. But here, you know, I do a little bit more than just being a hairdresser. I'm too old for games. I'm too old to say, right, just buy my products, because you know, I want to build a big mansion. I'm too old and I'm too passionate because one, I've gone through it. The reason why I started this page because my hair was less than an inch high a couple of years ago. It was less than that. And I was in tears. I was like, okay, so God, so you just took my mum. Right, that's one thing. So now you're gonna take my hair. Like, and I'm a hairdresser. Like, that ain't gonna work. So I had to detox it. Like, my body had to get in alignment. I had to come out of one, being stressed about it. Number two, I had to consider what am I eating. Number three, I just, there's certain things I had to get out. I had to check my thyroid. I had to check everything because, you know, yes, we're stressed, and yes, my mom went, and yes, I was feeling really incredibly down. You know, I traveled to where she was born, to live, to school, everything. I went to Jamaica like 8 to 10 times in 2 years because I just couldn't understand it. I couldn't articulate it that she's here. But then in the mean process, while I was growing my three children, it just dawned on me, you can't carry on like that. You can't ask God them questions when she's okay, she's safe with him. You're here living, and you've got to really get yourself in alignment. Get yourself in alignment. Death comes, things go, things happen. But in the meantime, while they're resting and while they're there, and I say while they've emigrated to where they've gone, we're here and we're actually a living, walking dead because, oh, I can't take it. Because, and yes, it's easier said than done because it took me years to like, right, okay, I've got to get myself together because I've still got young children who need me. And even though, yes, I go to Jamaica 4 days, I'm gone, or I might go for the weekend. Okay, so Auntie, oh, okay, right, okay, okay. But then I was releasing all this cortisol or whatever in my body, and it made me go right into premenopausal. It just shut my body, and I thought I was handling it even more than my brothers and my sister. I thought, right, I'm good, but no, my body was still just sending messages. You're still under stress. You're not coming to terms with what's happening. And there's people on here that's gone through loss, grief, through even not even somebody going, somebody's mom's got dementia and she don't know me anymore. And you're going through grief while they're still living. And in the meantime, your body, you're sending questions to yourself. But in the meantime, your body is suffering somewhere. Then they're saying, oh, I've got diabetes because of stress. I've got high blood pressure because of stress. That word stress. Because I was just saying, what the heck is stress? Like, what is actually stress? And stress is something where a hormone is released. And when that hormone goes all over the place, you're causing an imbalance in your body. So then, like me, I went into premenopausal. But since then, I haven't had any more symptoms of anything. I don't have the hot flushes or anything. Just one thing happened, which I don't want to be too graphic here. Us ladies know what stops, right? So I'm just teaching you all these things because these are all factors to why our hair falls out. I'm just too old to be fake with you and say do this and do that. We must learn to look to understand our body. If it's one thing, we can be rich, we can have everything. You haven't got your health, guess what? That money, that house is nothing. It's no good to you. Your grandchildren, your children, they actually need you. So I need to be healthy because unless I'm going to walk out and the bus is going to knock me over, then what I can control is what's going on inside me. What if you're going through stress? What you can control is having people around you to say, right, you know what? Because one thing I'm so fortunate is that I've got a great support network where these people, they know me from young. You know, I mentioned some of them like Joyce Nandison and you know, one of my mom's best friend, Eileen. You know, a lot of them that they sit with you and they help you to articulate what's going on in there. You know, so you don't have to go through all of this. You know, to say, right, be my crutch. I can't do it at the moment. I actually can't. I can't just keep going on. I don't understand what's going on. And it's okay to actually do that, because then you're looking after yourself and you're saying, you know what, I'm a bit weak at the moment. Can you bear with me? You know, that's why people take time out. And when people say, I just don't want to talk this weekend, I don't want to talk. I just want to just be with my own thoughts or whatever, as long as those good thoughts and the thoughts are not telling you something else. Because again, why I'm talking to you is this is all towards your hair being affected, your skin being affected. Okay, let me come to some of your comments and then I'm going to go in a few minutes. Yeah, realignment is imperative. It's imperative that you realign yourself. So it's a great share, Verona. Thanks. Must leave now. We are the captain. We are the captain of our mind and body to keep it healthy. You are. Your mind, you are in control. You lose that, then, and as I said, unless you've got a good support network around you to be your mouthpiece, take care of this. Because when you don't take care, then everything else falls. Then your hair is going to say, why should I keep you looking great if you're not, you know, you're not looking after yourself? So be mindful of what you're thinking of. Take away all negative things. Anything negative, cut it off, right? Cut it off. If you can't deal with it, just get rid of it. You know, it'll be good for your mind. It's life. I could never get over my father's death. It's hard. Let me tell you. You know, I know we talk about hair, but it's hard. My mom's passed at 8 years. And to this day, I'm thinking, Mom, you can't see me that I'm doing this page, and you can't see that I'm doing, and I can't talk like my mom was so I get it. I get it, right? I get it. You know, why it's kind of like, but in honor of them, we've got to look, you know, there's some friends looking at somewhere, you know, I don't know where they are, but they're looking, they're saying, that's my daughter, you know, they'll be saying to their little friends up there, they'll be like, yeah, that's my daughter, you know. And for me, it's making her proud. And that's how my stress came down. So, right, Mom would have done that. Mom would have really said, right, I'm going to pray about you with this. And Mom would have done that. So it's finding ways to say, right, how can I just relieve this stress? As I said, I've got to get my friend Xavier Barnett to really talk to you about stress. What can you do? What can I do to say, right, okay, I'm going to get rid of, yes, it's hard. My father's gone, my mother's gone, whatever's gone, but what can I do? Don't just say, oh, my hair's breaking, because no, what can you do? What are you doing about the root of the problem? Because the hair doesn't just break. What are you doing about it? And you've got to get some hard questions to yourself. Like, these things come. How am I dealing with it? How am I constructively dealing with it? You know, and again, you might have 2 friends. That's all you need. You don't need no big oh, I need like all these 5,000 friends. Yeah, they're Facebook friends, but your core friends and your core inner circle, those are going to keep you from being stressed and keep our hair good. The person that knows you is you. Yeah, only there's one person you can't lie to yourself, and that's you and God. You can't lie to them. Professional, we can only be on point with the diagnosis and prognosis with you expressing your symptoms clearly. Like, don't lie about, if I'm having a twitch in my eye, Why am I having a twitch in my eye? And if it keeps coming, there's something going on. That's why it's good to get a good nutritionist who knows about the body and have a relationship. Like there's people I've been doing hair since the beginning of my career, and we have a relationship because I know your hair. I know when it goes through its ups and its downs and its lows and what to do. Get in contact with a good nutritionist. We've got like here we've got Erin from Gold. Is a Gold Juice Doctor. As I say, KG Holistics. She's my go-to. And there's Patrick Delves, who's overseas. Wherever you are in the world, get connected to that. And don't, if something's going on, it's going on. You know, it is what it, I don't, none of us are robots or we ain't created different. We all go through the same things. We all go through skin problems, this period. There's none of us different or from the human race. Okay. No myths but facts throughout this. It's key. Yes. Holistically is so important that we do that because nature speaks with nature. Very informative. Thank you. I've been following your instructions. I have curls. Yes, girl, you got curls. Good. The brain receptors tells the rest of the body what to do. Like the brain's in charge. Please feed the brain with the nutrients and the micronutrients that it requires. I love that. The brain is everything. Like I've got an older brother, he got attacked and his brain is not as it used to be. And sometimes, my other brother saying, you can do that, you can do it. And I'm like, his brain will only tell him what he can do. There's nothing else. If his brain ain't telling him that, his brain ain't telling him that. We have to be the crutch for him. So he's only going to think what he's going to think. So we've got to be careful. One, I say about negativity and different things like that. Be careful and don't make any apology. Don't care. Don't let nobody, whether they're in the workplace, don't let anybody intimidate you or thinking or put you down or make you feel so less of yourself. You're thinking, I can't because, no, because for me, that's abuse. That's abuse. If you're going to sit there and you're going to, just make anybody put you down, that's a negative. And then obviously the nutrients. Talk about brain foods. Google what's good for my brain, what's going to keep it. I take bilbo ginkgo, whatever. What are the supplements? What are the foods for my brain? What's going to keep my brain? Exercise. Be happy. Don't always. There's some people you go to them and just feel down all the time. It's like, in my family, we like to have a good laugh. We like to have a laugh, even for bad things. Like, when my mom, when she was younger, she had asthma. And then one of my other brothers goes, she says, come on, just take this with her. Like, you know what I mean? When she have to leave here. So we laugh about things like that. Be happy because these all, you need happy genes and happy things. So that's why it's important who you're around because, again, stress. When you're stressed, your hair is affected by it. It doesn't start from, it's just going to fall out. There's a reason for everything happening in your body. So using the nutrients and the micronutrients that it requires. Something that would have wanted, that must have been something that I said when I was soaking. What micronutrients? Joycing, can you put that down, the micronutrients? Do you know a good nut? Not understanding that question. Nutritionist. Stay in contact and have a conversation, about different things. Invest in yourself, right? Because if you're working and going 9 to 5, I'm working and you're not investing in yourself, like you're not getting peace of that. Say, right, I'm going to get, things like my pillowcase, things like my satin scarf. You can't treat yourself to things like that, to invest in you keeping happy about yourself, you saying, right, okay, I'm going to go and talk to this me. I want to keep happy. I want to go ice skating. I want to do this, or I want to do that, or I want to watch a good movie, or what. Then what are we living for? We're living, what are we actually living for? So these are all factors of, right, things that we need to kind of, one, keep, you know, as I said, I'm talking about our hair, but it's other things. Nothing happens just like that. Yes, so you said, if you do not feed or stimulate the brain, it dries like clay. And that's so true. Hence, water is a great lube. Let me tell you about water. Like, I'm so, like, if I have to, let me just get some water now, because I've been rambling on. And I'm dried out. I'm dried out, ladies. I'm talked out. So water is everything. We need water. Like, you know, I'm not even fussy about brands too much, but 2 of these a day, or at least 1 of these a day. Like, just get used to it. You see, when you get your water, things, because our body's made up of it, and because everything's pumping and everything like that, this water is everything to keeping our brain, everything functioning. Because, you know, we sweat. Like, I'm talking, I'm dry because I haven't had no water in the last couple of hours. So we kind of just need to really say, right, okay, let's get on it. Let's do it together. You know, you might think, Ronnie, chat, you know. Yes, I chat because I care about you, love you, and I just want to see more of us healthy and not just talking about how we're going to style our hair. Yes, that's going to come, but I'm tired of people saying I've got fibroids. I'm tired of people saying I've got, what is it, what's that, NG something, and where you get the hairs. I'm tired of people saying I'm diabetic. Tired of people saying that I've got blood pressure. Because you know what? We just babysitting. We're just saying, oh yeah, we've got blood pressure. And some of us, we kind of like it. We just saying, yeah, I've got a friend who knows every tablet. Yeah, take that one, take this one. I'm like, you know what, just get out of my face, man. Because you know what? I just don't like this control of these tablets. I hate it. I hate it with a passion, because I was so sick from somebody. You're talking about having epilepsy every other day. You're talking about somebody who my skin was so full with all this eczema. It was, my blood count was low. You know, I had the fibroids, healed myself of that, right? So I'm not talking about, you know, I'm well now, right? I'm talking about from experience, how this can hinder your life, and you know, you only can do certain things because of this. Get to know your body. Get to know your body by contacting people who have studied it. We've got our trichologist here, Joyce and John, who's really good on the nutrition. You know, she has the supplements and she knows exactly what supplements, what you should do. But for your foods and the organic way of having the food, I'm not saying, you know, because I haven't cut out everything, but 80% of what you're having, start from somewhere. Yeah, I'm saying I've got this. I'm saying, you know, I'm not even concentrating on weight. I'm concentrating on what's good for me. How is my immune system? How is my blood? I don't want to go back to being anemic or anything like that, you know. And the only thing anemia is good for is that you can fit into clothes, you know. That's about it. But you're not healthy inside, you know. So, you know what? I'm going to kind of finish off because I've been on the air, you know, longer than I expected. But I'm just passionate about it. Yes, you said you can also add vitamin C powder for extra absorbance. And that's, you have vitamin C powder, and that's to absorb the iron. I know that's like, because I remember that from when I was, you know, really badly anemic. Check it. Make sure you go and check your bloods. Check I'm stressed. My dad's gone, my mom's gone, my brother's gone, my mom's got dementia, my dad's got dementia. How am I dealing with this? How am I dealing with this? What is going on? So, result of that, my hair's going. You know, we've got to say, right, and it's easier said than done. But the minute we're honest with ourselves and saying, right, okay, I need to come in alignment. You know, some of us are like, you know, we're just going from wind and to pillar to post, where sometimes you need to look into yourself. I pray a lot. I pray a lot. I meditate. I you know, get in touch with my creator to say, all right, you know me more than anybody. What do I do? And it's those quiet times. Sometimes you need to be on your own to say, I need to be in connection with my spirit and what's going on. Some of you might thinking, Ronnie, you're talking nonsense, but let me tell you, I only can tell you what I know for sure, what's actually working and what does work from different things, what's going on. But ladies, I'm going to see you next week, Thursday. I'm going to be probably putting out all different kind of posts next week, and I'm just hoping I can get Patrick Delves on, or a nutritionist, to wholly and solely tell you about your body and what's going on. Again, we're dealing with hair from the inside out, not from the outside in, from the inside out. So you're gonna know, you're gonna have live coaches and everything on there. It's a bit different, but hey, why not get everything here on one place? And then we can all be healthy together. And one day, I don't know where, we'll meet somewhere in the world, because there's so many of you. We'll have one big party and just saying, right, we're popping. You know, we have this song, which I love, you know, it's called Wagwan Miss Melanin. You know what I mean? So our melanin, our hair, and everything, we can embrace it. So we don't have to be unhealthy. But as I said, once we get the nutrition on here, then you can ask some questions, and then you can get yourself in alignment. So if you've got MS, diabetes, blood pressure, it's herbs, the herbs to deal with it. Okay, so okay, well done, and good point. Thank you. Yeah, keep it going. I'm keeping it real, keeping it real. So cheers. Water, 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 water. I'll see you next week, Thursday. Get my pillowcases, get the moisture, get it all out there. And also take advantage of Joyce and John. Sign up to her. As I said, they charge for their consultation and their time. If you need her, she's there to help you. All right? Love you all. And I will see you next Thursday. I look forward to your orders. Okay, bye.